Get ready. 68 books, 7 rounds, 4 brackets, 1 champion, and 1 out-of-shape referee. It's Book March Madness. Submit your own titles, vote for your favorites, watch the fierce competition, and predict your champion to enter to win a prize. Who will be left standing when the final buzzer sounds? Only you can decide. Let's do this!
Hello everyone and welcome back to another bracket introduction video for Book March Madness. It is a new week, we have 2 new brackets, and I'm very excited to talk about these 2 specifically because while the one that we're introducing today is set up the same as the 2 that I have done before, fiction and historical fiction, the one that's coming out on Thursday is very different, but we'll start with this one today, which is the Encore bracket or category. Now this one, I had some fun explaining to people what I mean by Encore. So Encore means, or I designed it to be, a bracket that features authors that have only ever published 1 novel. And those books will be set up against authors with a debut novel. So they both only have 1 book. One is just more well-read than the newer ones, which is the whole point of this competition. So I thought that was a little bit of a spin on another category that's featured very heavily in Goodreads at the moment, which is debut authors or debut novels. And so I thought that was a really good thing to put up against authors that are famed for only having 1 book. So a little bit different in terms of style of category, but the selection of book titles and the setup of how the bracket was created is the same as my normal genre-based brackets. So that's a little bit of an explanation as to what the Encore bracket consists of. First-time authors versus authors with only 1 novel. And just like the fiction and historical brackets, after this video is finished, you have 36 hours to submit your own title that you believe belongs in the Encore bracket. So an author with only 1 book that they've ever published, or a debut book or author. It could be traditionally published, it could be an ebook, it could be an indie published, whatever. Just an author with a new book or an author with only 1 novel. So without further ado, let's get into the rookie debut novels. First up, we have Detransition Baby by Tori Peters. We also have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. We have We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. And we have The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Booley. We have Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. And we have The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. We have The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley-Heller. And last but not least, we have She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I know that some of those books were also featured in other categories in Goodreads, but I specifically selected them because they were debut novels that became really popular over the past year. So I'm excited to see how those titles do because I know there are a few big name ones in there. And now let's meet the champions of the Encore bracket. So these are authors that have only ever published 1 novel. I do want to clarify that some of these authors are known for other work outside of novel form, whether it's poetry, print media, journalism, what have you. But then I'm talking specifically about the novel format, long form fiction. So first we have Heartburn by Nora Ephron, the icon. Next we have Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. Next we have The Bone People by Carrie Holm. Another icon, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. We have Dr. Zhivago by Boris Pasternak. And we have The Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. We have a gothic classic, cult classic if you will, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And another icon to finish off this part of the bracket, Wuthering Heights by Miss Emily Bronte. So there you have it. Those are all the authors with 1 novel or debut authors that are in the Encore bracket. I am intrigued because so many of those singular novels are such powerhouses, and I am very curious to see how this particular bracket plays out. So, starting now, you have 36 hours to submit a title that you think I missed, that you think belongs in the Encore bracket. Also, just a reminder that this coming Saturday, the 12th, is our Selection Sunday on a Saturday, in which you will see all of these books in the various brackets paired up, and you'll be made aware of which books are in competition with the others for the first round. However, the first competition is the first 4, in which the 4 titles that you suggested one for each bracket, will be going up against the lowest ranked of the bracket that they are in. That's the first four competition that will be happening on the 15th. Had to do some quick date math. On the 15th. So stay tuned, because those books that you selected may show up in the competition, and if you want them to stay in the competition, you got to vote for them. So keep your eyes peeled for Saturday, March 12th and Tuesday, March 15th for the first big momentous parts of Book March Madness. So your 36 hours start now. Go, go, go. Submit your titles, and I will see you on Thursday with a new bracket.